Hey guys, it's the start of a brand new channel, the first ever review for MC Slot Diecast Reviews, and the first review goes to the Force India Mercedes VJM05, driven by Nico Hulkenberg, and this is the 2012 car for Force India. So, a few facts about the year. Nico Hulkenberg finished 11th in the championship with 63 points, and the best he finished all year was, I believe, 4th place, I think it was. So he did very well that year, and he was quite good. He beat Paul di Resta by 17 points as well, so he outqualified his teammate 11-8. So he did very well. He's a very great driver actually, and I think he's quite underrated, and I'm glad that he's back at Force India again for the 2014 season, because he's just done so well and scored in all the races so far, and just being unfortunate and just missing out on a podium at Bahrain. So I think this is a very nice car as well, because this is one of the cars which has the step nose, which is very controversial at the time. Everybody was like, we don't like these step noses, they're ugly, they're hideous, but I think compared to the 2014 noses on some of the cars, these would be a sight for sore eyes. So as you can see, this is quite a striking little car. I mean, Force India is a great team. I'm very happy to have this car because I love Force India. I'm a massive fan of Force India, and I think that what they do is great, considering they're only 60% of the size of Mercedes, and they're not even the biggest team on the grid. So that just shows what they're doing, how good they're doing with the resources that they have. So, you know, Force India, a real underdog in the sport, but they are really pushing themselves and they're really trying to do a good job. Now, I've been bought this one as a gift, so from my girlfriend. She bought me this gift, and she knows that I really like Force India, and she also knows that I like Hulkenberg, so it's very good. You know, she got me the Hulkenberg one, and I'm quite happy that she got me this one. I did sort of ask, if I was going to have one, kind of Hulkenberg, because he's back out the team, so that's basically why I've got this one. I will be doing more, because there are plenty more of the cars to come, as I'm going to be borrowing a load from MC Slots to do. So let's get to the actual model. Now, this one it doesn't say which race it specifically is from, but it has got the car pretty much stayed the same throughout the whole year. Only in the next year, when it was the VJM06, did it have one slight change, in where it had the 100 Grand Prix written along the side. Right about there, just where it says Sahara, Force India. But as you can see, it's a very noticeable colour scheme. It's the only one on the grid that features orange, green and white, and that is obviously the colours of the Indian flag. So it's a very, very nice, bright, vibrant colour scheme. I mean, they've changed it to black and orange and green, which is pretty cool. I quite like that one as well. But a few interesting points is that Sahara sponsored Force India, then it became Sahara Force India, in late 2011. So in late 2011, Sahara bought 42.5% of Force India, and then the other 42.5% belonged to VJ Malia, and then the remainder belonged to other people. I can't remember exactly who it belonged to. So, and Sahara still own that much of the team, and VJ Malia still. So they're both major shareholders in the team. So that's why it says Sahara on the side. But they are pretty much their title sponsor. Other sponsors include Vladivar, which is a vodka which Nico Hulkenberg brought to the team, whereas White and Mackie, which is near the front of the car, was one that Paul di Resta brought to the team. So that's why you don't see White and Mackie on the 2014 car, because he doesn't race for them anymore. Another thing that you also have is Kingfisher Premium, which again is another alcohol drink, but this is one that VJ Malia owns, is branding, and there's also Fly Kingfisher, which is his airline. So a lot of things, you know, owned by VJ Malia, and lots of sponsorship brought into the team. We also have Royal Challenge, Pirelli and UB Group on there as well. So we've got, you know, a mixture. We've also got EFRA, I don't know if I've said that right, but we also have that on there as well. So there's quite a mix of sponsorship. This car's not very plain in any sense. It's not like HRT where it had no sponsorship whatsoever, and even if it didn't, it still would be quite a nice colour scheme, because the title sponsors don't really get any or any sponsorships really get any sort of colour priority, because some companies or some cars will race with their sponsors' colours, but at Force India they don't do it that way. So some things to go on about with the car is insane detailing everywhere. Every little centimetre of this car is extremely well detailed and is really, really well designed. Now, Minichamps put a lot of effort into their cars, and you can see it and you can really tell, because you've got, I will have to take it off this little stand, but you've got fine lines across the very bottom of this car, and you can feel them if you touch them. It's all over the car as well. It's like on the suspension as well, and it just generally, they put a lot of effort into these cars, and you're definitely getting your money's worth in for when you pay it, because they are nicely detailed little models. The wheels don't move on this car at all either. Well, they do, but they don't move to the extent of where you can push it along the floor, and they're not actually toy cars. They are definitely collector's models. So I think this is quite a nice little car. I mean, you can pick them up at all kinds of different prices, but I would say that if you go to MC Slots to have a look at his range, he's got them at some of the best prices that you'll find on the internet. So, is there much more you can say about the car? It's basically, I mean, with the Minichamps as well, I mean, you even get the detailing straight on the steering wheel. It's quite hard to sort of get a good angle, but if you can just see, I mean, even the driver's completely detailed, and if you have it in the flesh, you can actually read what it says on his body, and you can even read what it says on his helmet. So they just really shows how much effort and detailing they put into these cars. So that is the review of the VJM05, Nico Hulkenberg's 2012 race car. I would just like to say that special thanks to Amy for buying me the car in the first place, and also thanks to anyone who's subscribed to the new channel and showing their support. I'd like to say thanks to MC Slots as well for allowing me to borrow some cars in the future, and we are going to be borrowing some, and we'll have some on. The plan is to do some every month, so I'll just get a new load and I'll just upload a group at a time each month. So stay tuned. The reviews won't probably be as regular as Demon Slot reviews, but any support you show, and if you come and watch them when they come on, then I'll be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to check out Demon Slot reviews if you're into slot cars, and thanks for watching.